Tonight, it's the National Football League. It's Super Bowl Sunday. We'll see Drew Lock and the Denver Broncos taking on Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Houston Texans taking on another team from the AFC, the Denver Broncos. After all the talk, it's time for football, and here we go. Super Bowl 55 is underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out now comes two-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his fourth year now in the league as he gets set to operate this Houston Texans offense.
When we talk about the best dual quarterbacks in the NFL, don't leave Deshaun Watson out of the conversation. 2 straight years he's been a Pro Bowler. Excellent numbers again last season with 26 touchdown passes, 7 more added on the ground, and firm leadership and control of his Houston Texans team. Now he's looking forward to taking the next step and beating Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson in the playoffs and getting the Houston Texans to a Super Bowl.
On first down, Watson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Watson on the move to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Watson. And his throw is incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again is Watson. He'll buy some time right. He'll run it. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A shotgun snap for Watson. His pass caught at the 4. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 3-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. Watson a give. This is Johnson. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Broncos offense set to go behind their quarterback in his second season now from Missouri, Charles. It's Drew Lock.
What a roller coaster for Drew Lock from the NFL draft until the end of his rookie season, because on draft night he thought he might go in the first round. Ended up going in the second, and then didn't get to start with the Broncos until the end of his rookie year. But the Broncos did go 4-1 in those games, and he played very well, working on his agility and his pocket presence in the offseason. And I love how the Broncos upgraded around him in order to give him more weapons.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Random, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Shotgun snap to Lock. That's going to be caught by Judy. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lock. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Broncos' new signee for 2020, Sam Martin, former Lion, on to punt. Back deep for the Texans, Will Fuller. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now back out comes the offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Faking the give. Now Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. Before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes, just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Now Johnson. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Johnson, the ball.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Watson. Out to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
line to gain here is the 37 on third down. From the gun, here's Watson. They'll roll him out right. He may try and run for this. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 26. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third. Watson on first down. And this will be incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Watson. And now he'll tuck it and run. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Watson. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
I think that's a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
36-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first.
10. Broncos nothing.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Spencer on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Locke working out of the gun. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 30-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he's been fun to watch run the football. We know he can pass, but using his legs effectively here in this one.
No doubt about it. Watch him maneuver in the pocket, out of the pocket, making the plays that he's making, which are breaking down the defense. I thought back to when we had our morning jog before the game, and I couldn't keep up with you. Those legs, they're valuable.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
The ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 29, Watson stepping up. He's going to keep it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
First down carry here for Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
The chain, 2nd and 12. From the gun, Watson stepping up. He's going to keep it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. On 1st down, it's Johnson. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. From the 39, Watson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it with Johnson, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. To throw is Watson. Screen play, Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. Open man, the tight end fails. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 8. Here's Watson. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. First down Texans, Watson hooking up with Cooks.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Watson looks to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Duke Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Broncos nothing.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. To return it, here's Deontay Spencer. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at at their own 20.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Melvin Gordon, the ball carrier.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Locke. That'll be caught by the rookie, KJ Hamler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
At the 48-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 12. From midfield, here's Locke. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Locke. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
That's the end of the first quarter.
17-0 our score after 1.
Broncos, nothing.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
29-yard line.
Houston set to take over. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll start with a handoff to Johnson. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Johnson, the ball.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
From the 31, Watson sliding out of the pocket. And now he's going to use his legs. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting this sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Denver has Deontay Spencer deep to return. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Out there to start their next drive, Phillip Lindsay and the Broncos. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Faking the give to Lindsay, here's Locke. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And some room to work. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Intercepted.
When you're in man coverage, you have help over the top, you become a much more confident defender. Trail the receiver and know that someone over the top can make a play, and that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. So from the 3rd and 10. Johnson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
38-yard line. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Off of play action, it's Watson. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and given the 1st down.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now a 1st down throw. Watson steps away. He's going to take off with it. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Texans will extend their lead.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. But guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Drew Lock once again leads the Broncos out. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Lock on the give. It's Lindsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Block now to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Lock. And that'll be incomplete.
Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
The Broncos on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Locke. And that will be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
They turn to the fullback, Gillespie. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
Three yards remain for 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Watson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot. Excellent coverage. Didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
They were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there, getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
On first down, Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Brings up 2nd.
That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Now the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. A shotgun snap for Watson. Rolling to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Draymond Jones showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now.
27. Broncos nothing.
Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Phillip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll hand this one off to Gordon. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
He was tackled.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a carry for Lindsay. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney merciless. Gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. We get a glance at Duke Johnson as he heads back out onto the field. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 44. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Watson's pass intercepted.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The focus shifts back to Jerry Jeudy and his Bronco teammates. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Yard line, 2nd and 11.
Here we go. 50, Mike 50.
Shotgun snap to Locke. This is Hamler on the receiving end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The Broncos on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Locke. His throw caught right around the 6. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
4 down, 4 down.
2 minutes remain in this opening half of Super Bowl 55. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. From the gun, Locke. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Locke. This is caught. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the right hash in a bit of a tight angle. And McManus able to put it through. And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24.
Broncos 3.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard.
Set to take over again, Deshaun Watson and this Texans offense. He's got to be feeling pretty good. Playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm, throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Stepping up, he'll try and run. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Watson. He'll buy, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Deshaun Watson sacked. A loss of 4 yards.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
47 from Mike, 47. Check, 47.
Operating from the gun, Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, first down.
At the 49-yard
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On first down, it's Watson. Throw left side, complete. That's Fuller. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. On that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Watson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
40 seconds from Mike, 40 seconds.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He may try and run for this. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Houston Texans. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
On the return, the Broncos take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll set up to throw. Out quickly to Judy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy, and nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. On play action, Locke. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
He's going to go up top again. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this will be taken at the 13. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 22. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He was brought down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Watson now to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Denver's offense ready to go again. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
21-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Open man, the tight end fails. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Gain of 9.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
2-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, team.
Here's Johnson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson, screen play, Johnson. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. This is Johnson, he's got it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, a lot of times you'll see running backs rotate in and out of the game, whether it's a completed pass, a good run, it doesn't matter. Here, not only does he stay in, but they go right back to him, and he makes another nice play. Back-to-back catches.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. The busy night continues for Johnson. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
They're pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. Doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Watson. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. His carries tonight, they're getting up there. So maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, Watson. He's going to take off with it. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Watson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Deshaun Watson sacked.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. From the gun, Watson toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Watson. Flush to his right, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
So on fourth down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on.
A 31-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further.
30. Broncos 3.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll try the draw, Lindsey. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Locke. He's got his tight end Fant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On first down, Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
goes.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
To throw again. Locke. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Lindsey.
Lindsey.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Down at the 20.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Locke. He dumps it underneath here to Lindsey. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Lindsey.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The 9-yard line.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
They'll run with Lindsey. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. One more time with Lindsey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
4 yards.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. They'll try to run with Lindsey. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
Hernandez on for the field goal, a 20-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good. And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24.
Broncos 6.
Kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
And we focus on Duke Johnson now. He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Duke Johnson, the ball carrier.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, Watson. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
1st and 10 at the.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
But to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
Watson on first down. He'll try and run it, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Six yards left on second down. Watson a give. This is Johnson. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Duke Johnson with his third touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Texans add on. as that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
6.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. That's going to be caught by Judy. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Locke. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Shotgun snap to Locke. This is the tight end fan. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Throwing again on 2nd down. Locke. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 37. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 37-yard line. Again, it's Locke. That is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Block. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26. 11 yards there, first down.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Left side here, that's the tight end Fan. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for the rookie Jerry Jeudy there, but now it's 3rd and goal. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. And this is taken in by Hamler for a Bronco touchdown. Hamler. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And the lead is down to 24. A 10-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. 13. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
We get a glance at Duke Johnson as he heads back out onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Brandon, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Now Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Johnson.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Johnson, the ball carrier. He was brought down by Alexander Johnson. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27.
The score, Texans 40, Broncos 13.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally, They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even changed game planning a little bit in order to make things better for them.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
They ain't on our side.
I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Locke working out of the gun. Into the hands of Patrick left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. They shakes him off. He'll go up top here for Hamler. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It's a gain of 34.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Locke. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Lindsey. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Locke. And it is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this Texans defense stands tall. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
Johnson. And he'll be taken. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
second down at 4.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Again, it's Johnson. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. He continues to be a major factor carrying the football here into the fourth quarter, Charles.
Another big gain on the ground. Big guys working strong up front. A lot of them not just taking care of business at the line of scrimmage, but getting into the linebacker spots and taking care of the second level as well.
And they're taking advantage of everything right now on the scoreboard with that lead.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run him up.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that's the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. A first down carry here for Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And down to the 28-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A Super Bowl 55 down to the final 2 minutes.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A gain of 13. It's a first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now a first and 10 at the 11.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic. Rabbit.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Here's Johnson. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. And the Lone Star State has a new champion. It's the Houston Texans, kings of the Super Bowl. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
And they are the Super Bowl champs.